Y'all, I came home and took a nap, and my nap was only supposed to last for like an hour or so. I didn't wake up until 11 o'clock. Okay, so girl must was tired. I don't remember the last time I slept that long during the day. Um, see who's awake, who's gonna come in here. I know a lot of my normal crew may be asleep by now, but I did. Hey, JJ Love. I did. I had planned on Ebony Queen. Bro, I thought you was out. Hey, Aaron. Um, but I did want to try to get another reading in before I, you know, retired again. Hey, Jamie. 2012, hey, lover. um, and how ironic, y'all. The first card that came out is what? The Lovers. Oh, thank you. I need these cards been sticking together. Okay. So now you have a chariot. Let me make sure these cards aren't sticking together. A lot of major arcana. You have 5 major arcanas here. Okay. Again, I keep saying hello. Thank you, Jimmy Honey, Empress Jim, Nicole. I told y'all I was about to be out today. Trying to do a little self-care. Take care of myself. Y'all know. I told y'all I gotta get back to myself. That I love my little natural and all that, but it should be too much sometimes. I'm serious. And I don't be having the energy. I'm so serious. Shit, I be mustering up the energy to do what I need to do. Yet, don't want to be bothered with some damn hair. Hello, thank you, Gashmi. Hello, April. Appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Shining Bright. Love you. Appreciate you, doll. Michelle. So, we have the chariot. I'm loving this energy, though. The lovers, the magician, the moon, and the star. Overall energy was the two of springs, which is the two of wands. Um, Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate you, doll. Thank you, Bonnie. Oh, why? Well, how about he gave you the clarity that you needed, baby, to be able to move on? That's all. That is all. Don't deny your feelings. Work through them. And, go through the emotional waves of roller coaster uh, that you know you're going to be going through while you do your healing. But, honey, what is it? God's rejection is your protection. And not God's rejection, but His rejection. Well, you know, like I say, you have to be grateful sometimes. Um, yeah, baby girl warrior, I'm telling you, I came in at 8. I got home maybe about 4:30. Okay, 33 in the chat. That lets you know, honey, you were being protected from whatever it is. Um, I got home about 4:30. I ate because I was hungry. I hadn't ate since I ate like a little breakfast sandwich and some yogurt for breakfast before I went. But I didn't get home till 4:30, 8. I laid down, said about 5 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just take a little hour or so nap. Because King said he was going to take a nap. No, you can't help it. You love who you love. Excuse me, you love who you love. You know what I mean? So let let yourself go through those emotions. Honey, we heal. You gonna heal through it though. You gonna be fine. You just gotta let yourself go through those emotions and let yourself feel it and then let it go. Um, yeah, I think it must have been the sun or something. Um, and so I just woke up at 11 o'clock, y'all. I said I was gonna say go to sleep about an hour or two. And I was like, okay, it's 5. I wake up about 7:30. Yeah, I looked, it was dark outside, and then I looked at my watch. They said what, 10:55 or something. I said, well, goddamn. So the girl must have really needed that sleep. Okay. You must have needed the rest. I'm trying to tell you, it was some good sleep though, 'cause I feel good. I ain't gonna lie. I feel really, really good. So, um, we have here the chariot. Success that comes from dedication and self discipline. Celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. So I feel like a lot of you guys are okay with moving forward in your life now. You know, for a good while we had some really stagnant energy. Um, hey Elizabeth Wagwan Goody. Um, oh, thank you, Shannon Bright. I appreciate you. Um, I feel like you're getting a lot of attention right now. And I feel like it's a lot of it is because you are in this energy of making actual decisions on what direction you want to go in. You know, I feel like a lot of you, you're realizing too that you can no longer live in fear. And that's whether it's about a career, it's about, family, love, about you making decisions. I feel like now you're getting more comfortable in the decision making process for yourself. Like you're not second guessing yourself. If you have a feeling with something, you're going with it versus trying to go against it because it's going to bring you out of your comfort zone and it's going to be different than what you're used to doing and how you move, how you're used to moving. Um a lot of times that's where our growth comes from, is us being able to um see where we've been doing the same thing and getting the same result, but then not putting in that work and that effort to change the outcome. Because if you're still doing the same thing, but you're expecting something different to happen, but you keep seeing the same result and it's not the result that you want, then it's pretty much, it's the definition of insanity. Okay? It really is. It's the definition of insanity. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, that it's the easy road because it's not easy when you're used to doing something the same way over and over again, and regardless of the fact you may get a little result, not necessarily the result that you want, but you may get a little result, you tend to still go because you still got that little bit of wiggle room, you got a little bit of of success with it, but not realizing if you tweak it even a little more, you may get even a bigger, even bigger result. So I feel like now you're starting to realize that if you put in the work, really pay attention to the details of things that are going on in your life, how things are manifesting in your life, because you clearly hear, look at this, the lovers and the magician. A lot of you all are calling in love for yourself. Some of you, there is definitely a lover that you are coming into union with here, is what I'm saying. Exactly, baby girl warrior. And you got to set those boundaries with people because a lot of times, you know, we don't. For the people that we truly have a soft spot for, it's, the boundaries with us sometimes can get really blurred. Hey, Gabrielle. The lines, in between us and our boundaries with people that we really love, it can get blurred. And we tend to let them get away with a lot that we normally wouldn't allow them to get away with, right? Um, But I do feel like that, some of y'all, there's a true love situation coming in. Okay. But, for those who are ready, because everybody's not going to be ready for this. Some people are still working out their emotions and what it is that they truly want. When it comes to relationships, some people may just say they may be in this place of, I don't want to be bothered with love at all. You know what I mean? So it just depends where you are on your journey. Um, some of you are definitely making a decision that you are wanting to open yourself up to have someone again in your life that's substantial. But you also know too, it's going to take work. It's not going to be this fairy tale that's going to just drop out of the sky. You know what I mean? And it's going to be, like I always say, gumdrops, butterflies, and rainbows. It will be a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to have those rough patches. But the thing is, you're going to have to be ready to work through those rough patches. You're going to have to be ready. And this is something that you manifested here. Okay? We have true love that is long lasting, choices made from the heart, a return to good health. So, some of you as well, you can see an improvement in your health, feeling a lot more energetic. You could have felt very drained. Love is draining sometimes. It is, especially, excuse me, when y'all going through those rough patches. Love can be a little draining. So, sometimes, and I think that's why people kind of call us two-faced sometimes. When we get in that mode that we're starting to feel drained, we tend to pull ourselves back to go into reflection, right? And so it's like it's like sometimes you do have to take a step back and focus on you. You do. You have to take a step back and focus on you. And that could be perceived as you being cold or aloof. You know what I'm saying? But that's not always necessarily the case. It's not necessarily that you're being cold and aloof. It's just you're trying to gain a different perspective. And you know how we are when we start to feel overwhelmed. There you go. Gemini, Gemini, honey. Exactly. When we start to feel overwhelmed, we have to take a step back because sometimes we start to take and lash out on people that's around us. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it don't even have anything to do with the other people. It's about what we're internally and mentally going through. So I feel like a lot of us are now realizing too the parts that we play sometimes in, the breakdowns of our relationships. Hey Reese the gym. um, the roles that we play sometimes. Now we have the magician here. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be successful. The Gemini, lovers and the magician, both our energy. Both of these are our energy. So anything that you want, you can manifest once you make the decision. Hella manifestors. Hella manifestors. For the most part, anything that we visualize, anything that we want, if we really put our mind into it or put our mind to it, it manifests for us. We are the true magicians. So it's like if we are if we're manifesting sorrow, grief, anger, that's what's gonna come. If you're trying to manifest peace, love, harmony, unity within your relationships, your job, whatever it may be, that's what you want to manifest. It's whatever energy that we're putting out. So, of course, always being mindful of the energy that we're putting out. You know what I mean? Always being mindful of the energy that we're putting out, because that's what our intent is. That's what we're manifesting. So, watching our thoughts and definitely watching where your heart space is, because intention correlates with the heart space. And once your heart is open and you have, whether it's a good intention or bad intention, once you put that out there, that's what you're going to manifest. And I tell y'all this all the time because certain things that I have experienced, and sometimes we don't even know that we're manifesting. Like you could say a prayer, but that prayer is coming strictly from a place of sincerity. And it could be grief that you're going through, the loss of a job, it could be whatever. And say you're like, well, you ask the universe, God, whoever you follow, you know, Lord, I need help with this. I don't know what else to do. I need you to guide my steps. He's going to give you that. But in the same way, say you're in a bad situation, a bad relationship. Um, Indeed, Elizabeth, tell him thank you, but no thank you. Um, like before, like when I was, in my past relationship with my kid's father, and I was at my breaking point because it was like I was tired of the stalking. I was tired of all that. Like, love the man dearly, but I was just like, look, I done put in more than enough years and time. He's not changing, and the little progress he was trying to make, it just wasn't moving fast enough for me. But I had to learn, being as though we are the magician, okay? When you say words, that's what I said, words are definitely spells, baby. And when you're coming from a pure place and you're really in that place of seeking that divine refuge, he's gonna give you what you want. But you have to make sure that you're asking for it in the way that you want it. Because I can tell you, in that prayer, when I was speaking to God in that moment, I said, I don't care if I have to struggle with my kids. I just can't do this anymore. I went through that cycle of struggle with my children. And I would have never put that on them. I would have never put that on them. Thank you, Empress Air Fire. I would have never put that on them. So, thank you, 2012. But that's how I got it. We went through struggle. I went through struggle with my babies. Them coming up. It's certain things I didn't want for them. That's why I stayed in the relationship as long as I did. Because in my mind, I was determined I was going to do things the right way. I was going to raise my babies, have both of their parents in the house. But to me, too, when there's a lot of turmoil, we're not getting along. They starting to see the dysfunction of it because, people think the kids stay kids forever. And this new generation of children, honey, I don't know if it's the fucking Similac, the Infamil, I don't know what the fuck it is. But these little fuckers a lot more advanced than we were. Like, we were too busy out playing, waving mud pies, jumping rope, and trying to see who was the best dancer on the block. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit we was doing and we was on when we was kids. These little fuckers, honey, they can tell us inside and out what's going on and even give us some damn advice. Okay? So, this new generation of children, they're a little different, but they pay attention to everything. But I would have never, ever wished that on my kids. But I was in a place of desperation when I was talking to God about it, and I just needed some sort of result. And let me tell you how quick he works. That man was removed from my life within the next few hours. Wasn't what I anticipated. Wasn't what I thought it was, how it was going to happen. Wasn't what and I said it. I said, I don't wish him no ill will, no harm, no anything. But God said clearly, being as though, and I know, he was a blessing in my life, but I was truly the blessing in his life. Like, he didn't have anybody. And I'm going to share this with y'all. My kid's father, he couldn't read. That's the thing with cultural differences. He hid it from me for a long time. 18, as I say that, he hid it from me for a long time. And eventually, we pick up on the shit. You know what I'm saying? We pick up on it. And so when I realized that, like, literally, I went out and bought books. I went to the bookstore. This when we still had like borders and stuff like that. Went to the bookstore, went and bought him a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of books, like from pretty much starting from the beginning all the way up to 12th grade. Because like I said, regardless, you ain't got to go back to high school. You ain't got to do none of that. You can, get your GED, whatever. Or either if you don't even want to go that far, as long as I know you can read. Because like I told him, the way our relationship was so up and down, I don't know whether, we're going to make it all the way through or not. But what I didn't want was him to, because I noticed he had a pattern. He would find himself in relationships being codependent on women. You know what I mean? Like, the finances and all that was not an issue. But he was codependent on them having to put stuff in their name and all that stuff. And then, of course, when things break down, let's be clear here, we're women. Y'all know how we get back at them. We take the things that, we know is dear to them and that they don't work hard for and all that little stuff. You know what I'm saying? We won't keep it a bug. And that's what that was a cycle that he kept going through with different women. So with me, I thought, okay, well, how about this? If I help you go ahead and get to the point where You can fill out your own application if you do want to go, get you a job, you know what I'm saying? You can do these things yourself and you don't have to depend on a woman. To where as though every time you think you taking 10 steps forward, soon as you don't do what they want to do or you're not in alignment with what they want, they take you 20 steps back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted him, regardless of the fact whether he was with me or not, to always be better. But what I had learned too, people got to want to be better for themselves. Because at the end of the day, he still wanted to be in the street. He never made time to do it. He never, you know what I'm saying? It was always his money came first. That's where his mindset was. And at a certain point, I had no choice but to accept it. That's just who he is and that's just where it is, what he wants. And when he's ready, he'll take those steps, you know? And what ended up happening after him and I split, and like, because like I said, after I said that prayer, him and I wasn't together no more after that. Like, literally, God really removed him from my life. And like I said, not in the way that I thought it would happen or I wanted it to happen, but it was in divine order. It was divine intervention. And you can't question God once he puts in motion what he puts in motion. Um, and he still fell right back into that pattern of having to depend on women. And by the time that he ended up leaving this earth, like, the man was so stressed out, you know, the woman who thought, she came in between me and my kid's father relationship. She was upset because she thought by her being the side piece that once me and him was, done, she was about to be the main one. She wasn't it. Bitch went batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? He still ain't, pick her up and make her the so-called main jig, or, what she thought was she was. So, he went right back into that cycle. So I feel like, a lot of us are now realizing, and that's where a lot of fears I feel like come from, is the past things that you've been through. You know, you don't want to find yourself investing another 10 years. We don't have that kind of fucking time. I tell people all the time, I'm 43 fucking years old. Be 44 this summer. I don't have that. Matter of fact, in 2 months, Gemini season was right around the corner. I don't have that kind of fucking time to invest in somebody that needs all this work and all this so other stuff. And don't get me wrong, we're all works in progress. But when it comes to shit that you can fix yourself and then present yourself to somebody, I don't have that kind of time to waste. And I just don't. So therefore, if, people act like they can't understand that and they're living day by day, that's on them. Then you live day by day. That don't mean that that's the necessary walk for your life. So making sure that the people, I feel like, you are releasing fear, but you're making sure that the doors that you walk through, because for me the two of wands too is like the doors. You have different options, doors you can walk through. You're now making sure that the doors that you walk through are going to be doors that there's going to be reciprocation, there's going to be growth. You know what I mean? Like, if there are lessons that are there, they're not the lessons that you've already learned. You know what I'm saying? You're on this journey of discovery. And, the Two of Wands is also about discovery. Um, you're not alone, for a lot of us, you're not afraid to walk through those doors. But at the same time, you're very cautious at who you allow to walk through your door. And you should be. Period. You should be. Because I feel like at one point in time, we were all just willy-nilly. We were just allowing people to walk through the doors, walk through our door. And, you want to see the best in people and think that people got the best for you because that's where your heart is. Everybody's not like you. Everybody don't love like you. Everybody don't think like you. Everybody don't, they don't have the same ambition, drive, and goals like you. They don't. Some people are happy living in that moment. And there's nothing wrong with being present at all. I'm not saying that. But some people are happy just being in the past and being in that moment. They don't think about the future. Now, you don't, overthink about the future, but every step that you take is you trying to make sure that somewhere down the line, you're good, your family good, your children good. You know what I mean? That you do plan for those type of things. So I feel like you're being very careful who you allow to walk through your door, as you should. Thank you, kissy face. And then we have here, look, the star. So we have the moon, powerful intuitive epiphanies. What I tell you, you're not playing. You're being very strategic and mindful of who you're now allowing to walk through your door, and you're also releasing fear of shutting the door on people who no longer needs to be in your house. Period. And you are the house. You are the foundation. You are you know, you are the beginning and the end for yourself. But I feel like you have no fear in releasing people. And we have a fear of releasing people because that's why I say stepping out that comfort zone. Um, Sometimes we can hold on so tightly to things and people, to where as though we know these people don't mean us no good. We know this. And we know why? Because they constantly show us. Whether it's in the new business venture that you have going on, and you happen to mention it to them. Oh, well, that little project you working on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be the little subtle things that sometimes you be like, oh, fuck that. I don't care about what they say. No care. Because that person means when people speak like that about things that you have going on and things that you're manifesting, clearly they have evil intentions. They don't mean they don't want to see you prosper. They want to see you do okay, but not better than them. So you have to really be mindful and listen to, because people they reveal themselves to you all the time. It's just up to you whether you're going to pay it, actually really focus on it and pay it attention. People reveal themselves all the time. Where you think, that's just a little, that's how they play. That's the stuff that they say. That's just how they do. Is that the type of person that you feel as though is somebody that will have your back, or somebody that want to see you do great or do good? Thank you, Torrin. Do great or do good? No, that's somebody who's on the low, hating on you, your success, and your progress in life, because they didn't have the courage or the balls to go do it and go step out on faith. They want to try to come and kill your dream and your joy. So no, you have to be very mindful, of the people and how they do you, talk to you and do with you. Hello, Imani. Thank you, babes. Even, say, okay, because I had an old friend, right? She she used to come up with these get rich quick schemes. You know what I'm saying? We done did pyramid shit. We done did remember they used to have a little, you could make money by mail, doing the mail shit and all that little stuff. I think when we were young, we tried a little bit of everything, right? But these were her ideas, not mine. Because I'm just one of those people, I don't gamble. Like, I'm not a gambler. So that would never be one of my addictions. Thank you, Samina. I love you, babes. I didn't know you would be up. Um, that was never one of my things, gambling. And even though I know sometimes if you take a risk, you could win. But what's the odds? I mean, let's just be clear. Um, but do you know the one time I decided I didn't want to do something? Girlfriend went the fuck off. Do you hear me? You don't never support this, that, and the third that I want to do and that I present to you, and go out and you don't ever want to do the stuff that I want to do. Oh, listen, I'm like, honey, one of those little schemes had us out our motherfucking rent money. So I've tried plenty of things that you've wanted to do. And now because I say no to this one thing, all of a sudden, and we were childhood friends. This ain't nobody that I known for a couple years. We were childhood friends. We grew up together, sandbox shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, goddamn. Mind you, I invested over $500 in the whole little, what was it? The phone and the internet little pyramid scheme thingy. And then the chick, this bitch bailed because she got what she wanted out of the deal, which was, they like to get the heads. They just need you to invest and get a head count. She got what she wanted. The homegirl got the fuck on. And then the little mail thing, tried to do that. Then that didn't work out. So I'm like, okay, so I decided not to do this one little thing. And honey, I was the worst fucking person on the planet. I was not a good friend. I was this, I was that. I'm trying to tell you. Now don't get me wrong. I still love her to this day. Because everybody say we're twins. Like literally, we live together. We got our first apartment together. The whole 9 yards. And we literally are. We do look like twins. A lot of people, even through our significant others, sometimes they had to really like look at us and they'll be like, that was Keisha. No, that was Kelly. No, yeah. They could never really tell. We both wear glasses. We look pretty much damn near identical in the face. Same body shape. The way we, style. She is a little more, you know, I would say more back in the day, retro. I'm more vintage and, eclectic and artsy. But, you know, yeah. So you gotta watch too how when people don't get what they want all the time, or you don't do what they want you to do, baby, you will go from being the best thing since sliced bread to the sliced bread that fell on the floor and they accidentally stepped on it, and they ready to discard you as soon as they don't get what they want. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy. But then we have here is the star. Look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains. Happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. You're healing. The things that you want, you are definitely manifesting. Gemini, to stay in this positive energy. Know that you do deserve love. Know that you do deserve, if you want to travel all over the world, you deserve that because that's what your heart truly desires. You never know what mark you may leave on this world with being able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Don't let people, naysayers, and don't be hesitant to let go of people who try to dim your light. You know, you are that star, and that's what spirit has been trying to prepare you for, to be able for you to be able to see. You don't need all these people, you don't need all these places, you don't need a whole lot of things. Everything you need resides and lies within you, period. Indeed, kissy face. Everything you need relies in you. Just gotta put in the work, pay attention to the details. That's all. Look at this. Two of Cups. I do feel like some of you, there's definitely a relationship here that you've been holding back from. Um, some of you, I do feel like you are in that place that you're ready to put in the work. You're ready to go through those little battles that y'all may have to go through. Like I say, we ain't going through battles, baby, that people creating. And when you want to get to creating issues and problems, then yeah, you need to get your ass on. Because, see, you ain't ready and you're not healed. Oh, 2012, thank you, babe. I appreciate you. So, look, I tell y'all, Spirit said I needed that sleep, honey. Spirit said I needed that sleep. I'm not going to lie, that's the best sleep I've gotten today in a good little bit. Because my ankle, for some reason, at first when I first went through my surgery, it will bother me at night. So I'll be good all day, and at nighttime, tossing and turning, tossing and turning. But It's gotten a lot better. So I feel like Spirit, like, yeah, you needed that sleep, darling. Look at this. Then I tell you, 6 of Wands. You will have a victory. If there's a relationship that's trying to come in, make a choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between intellectual and the emotional. So balancing that heart and head decisions, A lot of times we strictly try to come from here because that's what we're used to. We're used to doing things, it got to make sense. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and, you know, it has sense. It truly has to make sense. So I feel like that's how, you were looking at it in a past time. But I feel like now you're realizing in order for things to grow and to manifest the way that you want it to, you're going to have to put your heart in it, babies. You got to. And I know it's hard because then that puts you in a very vulnerable state. But at the end of the day, if you don't allow yourself to take chances, to take risks. Mugwort was our was it mugwort or motherwort? One of them was our daily herb a couple days ago. Um, and I haven't been posting a daily herb. I will get back to that, okay? Because it does resonate a lot of times with our readings. um, but you gotta, allow yourself to take a risk. It may not always work out. That's what happens. But trust me, there's something that you're going to take from it. There's something that you're going to take from whatever that relationship or that situation is. There's going to be something that you take from it that's going to help you move closer to the person that is truly for you. Like I say, you don't have to always, okay, Jamie, best thing to do. You don't have to always, you're not going to give your all wholeheartedly to everybody that comes across your path. Absolutely not. But you're going to give it to those who show and prove that they're willing to put in the work with you. Not only just about you putting in the work, but, people showing you that they're paying attention to you, the details of you, the ins and outs of you, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, moving on to calmer waters, the 6 of Winter. This is your thoughts being guided to move forward versus self-sabotaging with that negative mindset. All right, positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. So some of you could be getting ready to travel. Remember, I just spoke about travel not too long ago. Y'all could be getting ready to travel. Y'all could be getting ready to move. Some of you may want whole different scenery. You may be thinking about moving to a whole nother state, a whole nother area. Like you just feel like you need something new. For some of you, it could be for work, okay? With the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Autumn is the Eight of Pentacles, okay? You could be moving for a job, but I feel like you're moving into a calmer state. There could be something, though, here that you need to make sure that you're seeing clearly, okay? Make sure you're seeing clearly. Make sure you're not running from the truth of the situation. Y'all know how long I've seen this deck, and I can't remember if I have it or not. Y'all know I got like bands of decks in there. But I don't know if I have this particular one. I had all the other ones. But I think I've seen this deck for a long time, and I never got it. But I actually like this deck. I do. I like this deck. Ace of Swords. And the Eight of Cups. cutting out things that no longer serve you, moving away, being truthful and honest. I feel like it's something that's going to come through, that's going to give you the clarity that you need to be able to move forward, away from the past hurts, all those emotional things that had you feeling kind of like trapped or stuck. Look, told you, confirmation. Moving away and leaving that emotional baggage, I feel like, behind. Four of Pentacles that you were holding on to, that you at one point in time refused to just let it go. Look, 40, 44, as I said that. You were holding on to things that was depleting you. Like, it wasn't making you better. With the Four of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles right before the Five. Five is abandonment, lack, poverty, you know, feeling like you're not enough. And you were holding on to that for the longest. The Spirit says it's time for you to face the truth of whatever it is that hurt you in your past and have enough courage and faith to walk away from it. Leave it behind you so you can move forward. You cannot move forward when you're holding on to past hurts and pains that, like, not somebody telling, let's be honest, these people ain't thinking about the shit they done took you through. Some of them are. When they realize that you were the blessing that was brought into their life. Some of them are paying attention to it. They remember how good it was when they had somebody who they ain't have to ask for certain things. Gemini just knew that they needed it, and Gemini just went on and did it for them. I don't lie, my ex reached out to me, some weeks ago. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you, darling. Oh, from Alabama. Okay. Alabama in the building. I love it. Let's see. How do you celebrate? They need to be able to give us like little things that we can send y'all back for when y'all make donations. I'm gonna make that suggestion to YouTube. They need to get it together. What was I saying? Yeah, like I say, he reached out and you just, like I say, you listen to what people say. What did he say to me? I don't want for people, I realize that it's hard to come across people who, you could just say, you could be having a conversation with somebody, or they'll see that you need something or you know something, and then, they'll just go ahead, next thing you know, they get it for you or they have it for you. Like, you don't come across people like you too often, but I'm the one you took for granted, though. When we were seeing each other, dating and talking, you didn't get that, though. And then notice how when they say how you were pretty much doing a lot of these things, paying attention to, as we say, what? Where did it go? It's gone now because I shuffled. But the Eight of Pentacles. You were paying attention to the details, putting in the work. So that goes to show you right then there. They know they took you for granted. They know they thought that the grass was greener on the other side. And honey, trust me, the pedestal got real short on that other side. They ain't have a damn, no, they wasn't nobody paying attention to no details. Okay, if you say, I'm having an issue with like keeping my schedule together and this, that, and the third, you know, they'll tell you, oh, and move on to what they got going on. They don't care that you need a planner. And planners aren't that. Some of them motherfuckers are expensive. Okay, 44, as I say. Some of the fucking planners is out of control, the prices. But you do have planners out here that are reasonable. Planners are not, they don't cost that much. But that chick say, how about this? Motherfucker, you figure that shit out on your own. You see, that's for you to figure out. When you taking me out to dinner? Look, when you taking me out to dinner? And then he caught himself, but he made this statement and he was like, yeah, because I realize, you know, most of these people out here, if you ain't got money to go spend and blow on them and, you know, spend a bag on them. I said, oh, you see how they come back around when they think the grass is greener. And next thing you know, they see that shit wasn't nothing but Teflon. When they see that shit wasn't nothing but Teflon. See, look, Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. This is what was keeping you stuck with the Eight of Swords, Eight of Winter. This is what was keeping you stuck. You thinking about all the deception, all the lies, all the betrayals. And a lot of it was because you didn't want to see the situation or see certain situations for what it was. A lot of you, some of you, it could have stemmed from father issues, with the Emperor energy being here. Could have been father issues, child's father, husband. Take it for whoever that significant masculine was in your life. Indeed, Elizabeth, forgive and release. It could be, you know, it could have stemmed from childhood. Things that really still needed to be addressed that you suppressed and buried. Because sometimes even for you, the reality was just too fucking much. And let's be clear, a lot of times it is. Sometimes the reality of this of a lot of situations, it be too much for you. And you know, for us, a lot of times the way we get over things and deal with things, we avoid it, we suppress it, and we find other things to dive into. But then whole time that shit is sitting in us and just festering. It's just festering. Now, I'm not gonna lie. For thank you to everybody who's here, who's hit that like button. For those of you who are new, okay, I appreciate you being here. For those who are my loyal lovers, I'm just gonna be honest. Tonight is not one of those messages like possibly like the one we had this morning. Okay, um, I do plan on coming back on and doing another read though, because like I said, I'm not tired. I done slept half of the damn day away after I finished taking care of my stuff. Um, but you know, this is more of a soul message, and this is the message I feel like Spirit wants to come out at this time. So we're gonna focus on that. We'll focus on oh boy, oh girl, and Sasquatch a little later. Okay, in the next maybe in the next read. Okay. All right. Um, thank you to everybody who's here though. I appreciate you and thank you for hitting that like button. Yeah, the Four of Summer, leaving you feeling depressed. A lot of you were going through major depressions that maybe you didn't feel as though you were depressed, but you were. You were feeling like, you know, why does it feel like, yeah, a lot of regrets. Why did I, you know, the why did I do this? Why did I do that? Versus it just it is what it is, babe. That was a decision that you were supposed to make at that time, or that you chose to make at that time. You you did what you was working with. You did what you only knew how to do in that moment. And that's even something with my mom. Like, I never understood why me and this lady used to clash so much. Then my grandma told me, she says, because me and my mother were so much alike. And we were. At a certain point when I got a little older, I realized me and my mom was a lot alike. And that is why we clashed a lot of times. Hey, Jessica. Um, is why we clashed a lot of times. But I had to realize as I, you know, as you get older and you start to find out where a lot of things stem from your parents, like with my mom, she stated that, you know, she had been raped when she was 18. Soon as she moved out, got her own first place. Um, she was raped when she was 18. I didn't know that till I got older. So then I understand, it helped me understand where her issues with men came from. Um, no confirmation. I have no reason to lie to you. Um, and trust me, 5005, as I say this, my mom will be totally okay with me telling you guys this. Because one thing about my mother, she feels like anything that she's gone through in her lifetime is a testimony to help somebody else. So she would be totally okay with me telling y'all this. Um, when my grandmother passed, I never knew, as much as my mother loved my grandmother, she also had a lot of resentments towards my grandmother that I never saw and that I never knew of until my grandmother left this earth. Like my grandmother used to tell me all the time that I love her. I mean, that she loved me, and I used to tell her all the time that I love her. Most as we're sitting there at the repast dinner. Hold on, guys. I'm glad I caught it. As we're sitting there at the repast dinner, she tells me, all of them were sitting there talking about how my grandmother never told them that she loved them. I'm like, never? She never said it. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I told, because I ain't gonna lie, honey, my grandma was my best friend. Because that's the one on this earth who loved me regardless of my bullshit, of, when I was in a great place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a flying fuck what I was going through in life. Her door was always open to me. When a lot of my family members shut the door, in my face. So at the end of the day, I get it. Y'all got y'all own little bag and shit that y'all got going on, but on my grandmama funeral, what you not gonna fucking do on the day we put her to rest, you not gonna sit and bash her. So yeah, I kind of went off at the little dinner and had to let them know at the end of the motherfucking day what you do realize though, and see this is me as one of the younger generation talking to the elders. Did she not show you though that she loved you? Because at no point in time when your kids needed somebody, she opened that goddamn door and she was there. And she helped you take care of your children. And that we went for all of them. And she had what? 12 goddamn kids? Y'all are, and I had to let them know, all y'all ain't no motherfucking saints. All y'all ain't raised y'all kids, in this fairy tale, with this fairy tale shit. That ain't how y'all, it all went for us either. But that we don't take it out on y'all or make it seem like y'all didn't care or don't love us. If you still putting clothes on our motherfucking back, I used to even pray. My mom used to pray with us and all types of stuff. That's love. It took a long time for my mama to even start telling me and my brother she loved us. I got it, and she told me. She said, Kelly, you telling me you love me all the time is what got me into the habit of telling people how I feel and being able to express myself and say, I love you. I had a grown ass aunt with her two goddamn daughters living in my grandmother and my great grandmama house. But then gonna say, she didn't love me. So, bitch, why wasn't you out in the motherfucking street? Why were you and your kids in a shelter? Because that's love. Call it what the fuck you want. You was a grown ass woman out here making grown ass decisions, and at any point in time, she could have shut her fucking door and told you to go figure that shit out. Every Sunday after church, y'all came to her house and ate dinner. And I ain't talking no little shit, 4-course meals. Everything cooked from scratch. The fuck? What is that? That's love. She don't have to feed her entire family. She could take her ass to church, come home, and make just enough for her. And my grandma, because her and my great grandmother lived together. People gotta realize shit ain't gonna always come packaged the way you want it to. But that don't mean that it's not there. That don't mean a person don't love you because they didn't do it the way you wanted them to. They didn't present it to you on the table the way you wanted them to present it. That don't mean that they don't care. That's about what? Learning people love language. Like I say, they say my grandmother had a drinking problem when they were kids. I never saw my grandmother take a drink a day in her life, in my life. I never seen that woman put alcohol of any kind up to her lips. My grandmother didn't even do the wine at the communion. That's how serious it was. I never saw my grandmother take a drink. Not saying that that wasn't their experience, but that was her past. Let that woman have a past just like everybody else. She changed her life. She's making up for it in some way, shape, or form through her grandkids. Like I say, even through helping you with your kids. Like, we sit and we try to make other people fit in this fucking bubble that we want them to fit in to make it comfortable for us. When we don't even sit up there and fit a lot of the shit and standards that we have for other people. A lot of times we don't fit the standard that we set for a lot of other people. We don't. Hey, Donna. Yeah, I mean, and you can't blame your parent if they never told you that they love you. Maybe their parent didn't tell them that they love them either. And trust me, I could see where the generation now, as I got older, I could see where the generational shit comes from. Because my great grandmother, she was a Leo. Technically a Leo Virgo customer. Agnes was tough as nails. She was a little itty bitty woman, 4'11", but will break your ass down. She don't give a fuck how big you are or how old you were. When Agnes going her rage, honey, you knew, and she was a woman of little words. So if you got that woman to raise her voice, all hell about to break loose. I'm so serious. That's just how she was. But everybody's not going to fit in the box that we want them to fit in and do the things that they want us to, the things that we want them to do and present it how we want them to present it. Everybody's not going to do that. They're not. Releasing bad investments. This is the Seven of Pentacles under reverse. No longer investing in things that you know you're not going to see no return on. Elizabeth, tell me about it, baby. Honey, they really be having generational shit, but they will never admit it. Now, that's one thing I would say. You have some that they will, but most Caribbean folks, they're not going to admit their generational trauma and stuff. They're not. They definitely believe in keeping family business, and however it may be. Um, exactly, Carla. But at the same time, like I say, that don't mean that they didn't love you. It just means maybe they didn't know how to, because they weren't getting that. But you're no longer making, investing in things that have no return. That you're not getting anything back out of it at all. I feel like some of y'all finding yourselves getting back in that flirty energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also feel like you're now doing a lot more investigation. So that's why I say taking your time, really getting to see people for who they are. Instead of allowing people to have you, in this PTSD moment, anxious and, can't sleep at night thinking about things that happen, possible third parties. There's some sort of celebration though that's coming through for you, and I like this. I do. I like this. How many? That's too many. Three of Swords, and that's what kept leaving you in this heartbreak and confused and you know making bad investments, investing in people who are not investing in you. Look at this release. Beautiful energy gems. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let go of the past. An ending that makes way for new opportunities. It's time to move on. It just, for a lot of us, I feel like you realize that. It's time for you to move on from the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, all of it. The mental anguish. Because a lot of it is self-imposed and self-inflicted. And as much as we want to, look at the people who inflicted the pain and the hurt and the disappointment, you got to take a look at yourself. You allowed it, right? That's what you thought you were worth, because that's what you accepted. And it's a harsh reality. It's a harsh realization for you, because then that's when you realize, well, damn, I could have been cut this off. I could have been, saved myself the headache, the heartache, the tears. But then eventually you learn to do what? Chuck that shit up to life and experience and continue to live. Not just exist, but live. And Gemini, I feel like it's time for you to live. That's all. I just feel like it's now time for you to live. There's an array of possibilities and options and things coming towards you. And I just feel like you have to be ready to just open up and know that you are worthy of everything that your heart desires. Everything. And a lot of this has been you coming to this conclusion because of you taking time out for yourself. Like I said, to me, this is the most beautiful freaking spread I've seen in a long fucking time. And the reason I say that, like I said, your first 5 cards were all major arcanas. Like I said, regardless of who you worship or who you praise, whether it's God, Allah, Spirit, Universe, whatever, He's moving in your life right now. The same way you be wanting them to take care of your enemies and, protect you and this, that, and the third. Allow him to move in your life in a way of clearing out things that have been holding you back for so long. Allow him to guide your feet, guide your steps, guide your thoughts, your words. Because he's definitely moving in our lives right now. For the gem. You have gem, sun, moon, rise, or whatever placement you have it in your chart. You know what I mean? Just allow it to happen. Enjoy the journey. Don't overthink it. Find the joy in it. Wake up every day happy. Indeed, 6-figure. Oh, there is a shift. With this right here, with 5 major arcana coming out, this is the shift. You just have to be open and accepting of the shift and being able to go with it. And not allowing, you know, thoughts. See? Walking away from dishonest people, places, things that just, it'll say you're moving away from that. Realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness. Something that's not worth the effort. A bad investment, something that's going to leave headache and heartache. Then we have here the hermit. You taking better stock in your situations. You know, taking a break from society and people and commitments and you know what I'm saying? Like, people constantly wanting your time and trying to dictate your time and all this and all of that. No, a lot of you done took a step back. People don't understand it. Yes, you're being called fake right now. You're being called you two-faced and you're this and you're that and all this old stuff. At the end of the day, you're at what? At peace. And who gives a shit whether they like it or not? Because trust me, if they wanted a break from your ass, they don't give a shit about your peace. They don't give a damn about what you got going on, what you want to talk about. So, at the end of the day, no. It's time for you to protect your peace. A commitment to your own spiritual growth. And everybody can't go along with you. Because everybody's not ready to do the work that you're doing. And you have to be okay with that. All right. I done fell in love with this damn deck. I love this deck. And I've been seeing it for years. Like I said, I can't even remember. I might actually have it. Oh, wow. See, I told you, but these cards be stuck together sometimes. Nine of Cups. Look, after you walk, and look, whole time, look, it was hidden. Ah, thank you, Spirit. Whole time. The moment you decided to walk away and face the truth for what it was. Remember, the Ace of Swords was out here with this Eight of Cups. The moment you decided to pay attention, look at things for what it is and the truth, and you cutting out a lot of this shit, look what your ass walking to. The Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. And the whole time it was hidden right behind this card because it was stuck. They were stuck together. Wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. Enjoy it, and now you deserve it. You gotta know you deserve it too. Hey, Miss Purity. Oh, and that's the best thing to do. And I pray and I wish you and your mom the best of luck at resolving any issues that you have. I lost my mom in 2021, so I get it. I get it all. While you got her here in front of you, don't take that for granted at all. Because mine left me suddenly. That's something I just didn't expect. So, 66, 10, 10. Y'all are completing cycles in your life. I love it. I do. I'm going to do y'all daily herb message for the day. And then after that, if anything, it'll probably be an upload that I do because I'm going to eat something right quick. Look at this. Angel of Self-Worth. You are currently undervaluing yourself. It is time to regain your self-worth. Angel of Manifestation. So y'all are definitely manifesting right now. Your efforts, determination, and perseverance are paying off. Angel of Soul Love. Time to look at how you value yourself. Issues of self-love. At the bottom, Goddess of Nature. You reap what you sow. Your dream is coming to fruition. So pay attention close to what it is you're manifesting in this time. Okay? Focus on you. Goddess of Knowledge. Start to apply what you already know. Trust your intuition here. I know I get 6. Angel of Clearing. Your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. Angel of the Universe. You are being encouraged to expand your thinking. At the bottom, we have Goddess of Justice. What seems to be an injustice is actually a blessing. So, Angel of Pleasure. Take pleasure in the things that you do. So make sure the things that you're investing your time, effort in, make sure it's things that bring you happiness and joy. You know? Look at you guys. Okay. Don't take anything personally. Embrace your freedom. You gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you, regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live without fear, hold on. Why did I do that? Okay, and if you live without fear, if you love, you will be happy with your life. Read that again. You gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live life without fear, if you love, you will be happy with your life. We have here, always do your best. Stay in the present moment. We just talked about that, right? So we have, keep your attention on today and stay in the present moment. This is the beginning of a new understanding, a new dream. Gemini. Now tell me, honey, y'all ain't got some good shit coming in, and that's all y'all need to be focused on in this time. Just please tell me that. Let me get one more. Thank you. All right. So we have here, always do your best. Do your best because you want to. Some of you, this could be about your children. Okay, as you see, this mother bird is making a nest, another nest possibly. Okay. You do your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, not because you are trying to please the judge, and not because you are trying to please other people. Always do your best. Don't overdo. Always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. Indeed, it is 111. New beginnings, baby. New portal has opened. Don't take anything personally. Release self-judgment. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. Don't, don't take anything personally. Your truth is personal to you. Your own opinions and point of view reflects your own agreements and are personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. Period. Now we have 112, which is 1111. Okay, 1212, 33. Divine angelic protection. Well, that's what I have for y'all, my loves. I hope this message resonated with y'all in some way. Thank you to everybody who joined and hit that like button. I appreciate you. You know, I like when, we get to really enjoy the soul messages outside of, who shot John and who did this and who did that and who didn't do what. Okay. Okay. So, because once I do these, I'm going to work on collectively chosen tomorrow. That's why I say this is good, because tonight that means I can focus on getting y'all out the way. And then, you going to bed? Yes. Can you put it in the bathroom for me? Thank you. Um, Thank you, Karma. I can get y'all out the way for the most part for the day. Then I can go over on Collectively Chosen and work that out, okay? Because I'll be working on them to catch up. I have to start off fresh. But I owe Pisces, Aries, and then y'all get y'all bonus read for today too. So y'all don't forget to go go over on Collectively Chosen and check out the bonus reading that'll be posted up today for you guys today as well. And then I plan on doing hopefully a bonus message. Because that will be Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and then Gemini, and then a collective reading. So some of it, we only get 3 notifications a day. So you have to look and, see the upload. They will only let you notify you about 3. Hold on. You said link in the description. Oh, what, for Collectively Chosen? I'll put it over there. But if you just type in Collectively Chosen, I'll come up. You'll see it. Yeah, so that's how this is going to work for tonight. So y'all will have y'all upload for tomorrow. I got you 2012. I'll put the link in there. And I'm going to see, hopefully Thursday I can get y'all, we can do a fortune reading. I'm going to try to get a fortune reading done. We haven't done one in a while. And you know those fortunes, honey, be, they be telling some shit sometimes. Even about us. They be telling us about us sometimes too. So that's why I like it. Because, sometimes we need self-reflection and, to look at ourselves. So I love you guys. I will see you guys in your next read. Thank y'all for being up with me. Y'all know I used to post late at night sometimes. But I felt like that whatever this is, it was a message that we must have needed. Because when I woke up, I was determined I was going to do a reading. So